For the next 30 days, I'm gonna try and gain muscle by lifting weights and eating lots of food. I needed to work out my starting point, so I got a DEXA scan to measure my body's composition. I weighed in at 83 kilograms and my body fat percentage was 7.5. That's lean. That's pretty lean. It's too lean to begin with. Where am I gonna go from here? So I'm gonna do a 3-day split of push, pull, and legs. A push day consists of only doing upper body exercises where you're pushing against a resistance, such as the bench press, dips, and tricep extension. The two muscles predominantly involved in the push exercises are the chest and triceps. A pull day consists of only doing exercises where you're pulling against a resistance, such as lat pull down, seated row, and bicep curls. The two muscles predominantly involved in pull exercises are the back and biceps. And a leg day, it's pretty self-explanatory. Squats, baby. Now, day one was a push day. I started with bench press because it's a compound exercise. Now, compound exercises are exercises which work multiple muscle groups at the same time, so it's always really good to start with a compound exercise to warm up multiple muscles at the same time. Also, if I were to start my workout with an isolated exercise such as tricep extension, which only works one muscle, and then move to a compound exercise such as the bench press, then my triceps would already be fatigued and would give out before my chest is able to reach its maximum potential. So start with a compound and finish with isolation. Now I'm going to perform 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps with every exercise because all my research led me to believe that this was the optimal number of reps for each exercise to build muscle size, otherwise known as hypertrophy. Day 2 was a pull day. I started with pull-ups, moved to seated row, then seated flies, hammer curls, and finally bicep curls. Now, day 3, I moved into unfamiliar territory. In case you couldn't tell already, these drumsticks don't get a lot of attention. They're great for Ninja Warrior, but not so much for squatting. I pushed through the pain because if I wanted legs like Arnold Schwarzenegger, then I had to squat, thrust, extend, and flex like Arnold. By day 4, I was experiencing a heavy load of DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness, and could barely dress myself. Now, this is very common, it's nothing to be worried about, it just means that my body is adapting to the new conditioning that I'm putting it through. So I kept training, and by the end of the first week, I really started to find my rhythm with inside the gym. But what about outside the gym? Things like my diet. Well, no amount of squats, curls, or push-ups is going to help me build muscle if my diet isn't right. And it's literally impossible for me to put on size if I'm not eating enough food. You see, my body burns a certain amount of calories every single day just to maintain my current physique. So if I want to put on muscle mass, then I need to be eating more calories than my body is naturally burning every day, or otherwise known as a caloric surplus. And this is where I messed up. You see, the food we eat is made up of 3 main macronutrients: fats, carbohydrates, and protein. In order to make sure the weight I'm gaining is muscle mass and not just a whole lot of fat, then I need to track my macros. A typical split of fats, carbs, and protein would look something like this. I didn't track anything this whole entire month and decided to just guess my way through this challenge, hoping to get at least 75% of my diet right and save myself the painful process of tracking every single meal. Now, why would I do that? Well, you see, I'm just getting started at the gym, and what's most important to me right now is that I just stay consistent with my workouts. And I feel if I were to add on tracking my macros and having the perfect meals every single day, then it would just become overwhelming and my motivation for working out would diminish. Don't try to perfect a habit you haven't even started. So week 2 went really smooth. Push, pull, legs. My DOMS had reduced and exercises were definitely feeling easier. I had more energy and my motivation was at a high. My weight had also increased from 83 kilograms to 85. Ooh, oh, working hard. And it was around this time I thought, if I want to make I'm talking mad gains, then I need to start pulling out the big guns, my secret weapon, otherwise known as supersets and drop sets. Now, there are different methods. However, the way that I was utilizing a superset was by completing an exercise such as a tricep extension and then immediately continue fatiguing that same muscle with a different exercise such as push-ups. Drop sets are where I complete a set of an exercise, then immediately drop down the weight 20% and smash out an additional set. The idea is to push your muscles beyond their original point of fatigue to help tear the muscle fibers and stimulate even more muscle growth. Week 3 felt really good. Going to the gym had become part of my daily routine, and I would look forward to it each morning when I woke up. I had increased the weight on a few of the exercises, which told me that I was getting stronger, and I felt more comfortable in the gym environment, seeing familiar faces and learning how to use all the equipment properly. But life has a way of knocking you down. And unfortunately, this story is not all sunshine and gainbows. So I'm here at the gym. Today is a bad mental day for me, up here. Just feeling really flat and really down today. I've been trying for the past few hours to really just shift that mindset, and I find it really difficult. And I'm just not inspired to really do anything today, let alone go to the gym. It doesn't matter who you are, everyone's gonna have down days. Everyone does. But I'm here at the gym anyway, and I'm trying to keep that momentum rolling, because I know if I miss today, I'm gonna miss tomorrow and the next day. Milk the good times when they happen, that's for sure. Milk the good times. When you're feeling stoked, when you're feeling like you had a good session, enjoy that moment, because these moments suck. So, anyway. You see, going to the gym that day, it didn't fix my problems. However, it did make me feel better than I felt earlier that day. And the lesson here is, don't let your feelings dictate your actions, but rather let your actions dictate your feelings. Remember that. By week 4, I was back on track. Eating lots of food, supersets, more food, and more supersets. And as the final week came to a close, I looked back on everything that I'd learned over the past 30 days and realized one game-changing piece of advice. The perfect diet, exercises, gym equipment, supersets, drop sets, rest periods, protein powders mean absolutely nothing if you're not pushing yourself hard at the gym. Are you reaching complete fatigue at the end of each set where you couldn't possibly do a single extra rep? Or are you just counting to 10 and then putting the weight down? Be honest with yourself. Most people don't know what it feels like to really physically push themselves, and they can go to the gym for 6 months and not look any different. So if you've been going to the gym for a while and you haven't noticed any progress, then you really have no one else to blame but yourself. But that's a good thing, because it means that you, and only you, control the outcome of your physical health. 6 months from now, you can either achieve your fitness goals or not. The choice is yours. Now, I know it's easier said than done, and this is the most important part of this video. You might be motivated after watching this, but then a couple weeks from now, you'll lose that motivation. So how do you stay motivated along the whole entire journey? Well, I've talked about this in great detail. I'll leave the link to the video up there or in the description. Go and check. Sorry, excuse me, Ben. Don't mean to cut you off there advertising your own freaking videos, which we don't care about. Show us what you look like after 30 days. What's what we're here for. All right. You caught me. Let's do it. It's what I looked like after 30 days of hitting the gym, lifting weights, and eating lots of food. Are you ready for the world's worst transition? Let's do it. So what do you think? Yeah, I mean, going to the gym didn't make me any more tanned. However, I think I look better. I will say though, I feel like I did actually look pretty good beforehand. So I'm still impressed with my gains. I put on about 4 kilos over a month, and I stayed pretty lean as well. Don't forget to hit like if you got some value from this video, guys. And a special shout out to Fear Is Your Strength for following me on Instagram. Every single week, I will follow back and give a shout out to one of my new followers. So if you want to be part of that, I will leave a link to my Instagram in the description. You know what to do. Stay focused. Peace out.